practices, which hold soil in place and reduce runoff. These shared values unite Iowa's student athletes and farm families, and our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the perfect opportunity to celebrate that commitment to excellence statewide.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate the Iowa Farm Bureau's ongoing support and the role you play in helping Iowa's girls shine.
Game 1 of the Class 5A state softball tournament is in the books, and Game 2 is moments away as the 4-seed Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs take on the 5-seed Cedar Rapids Kennedy in Game 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Triton Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Allie Kappert, I'm Noah Wolf, and in just a moment we'll have that Dallas Center Grimes Cedar Rapids Kennedy matchup right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And Allie, we talked about in the last game two high-powered offenses, and I think that's what you're going to see again today in this game between Kennedy and DCG.
Both teams that have been really fun to watch throughout the season. DCG, Central Iowa team, not playing in the CIML, but play against a lot of those teams. And Kennedy bringing the power from Eastern Iowa, one of two Eastern Iowa teams in this state tournament in 5A.
And we'll take a look at our Sukup stat comparison between these two teams, and that's what I'm talking about in terms of high-powered offense. Nearly 9 runs a game for DCG, almost 8 runs a game for Cedar Rapids Kennedy, but also stingy defense, a 2.18 team ERA for Kennedy, a 1.9 team ERA for Dallas Center Grimes. Something has to give in this game.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be one or the other, but last game we saw is a very low-scoring affair aside from that first inning. This one really shaping up to be possibly more of an offensive powerhouse game. Look at those home run numbers. 66 on the year for DCG, 54 for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. For DCG, it's Addie Abens, the powerhouse in the DCG lineup. And for Kennedy, they can really do it up and down the batting lineup. So ton of runners on base percentages of 380 and 408. Very, very impressive. So expect to see some offense in this matchup.
That's our Sukup stat comparison, brought to you by Sukup Manufacturing Company. And the starting lineups making their way onto the field right now, and we will introduce them to you here as well. As Dallas Center Grimes taking the field in their light gray uniforms. Here's the batting order for DCG, the designated home team today. Delaney Fetters starts in right field, followed by Jenna Gray at first base and Addie Abens in center field. Middle of the order is Tessa Jones pitching, Genevieve York at third base, and Addie Liddon at shortstop. Then J.C. Jameson catching, Kale Montag at second base, and Callie Seidel as the DP. And you see it there. On the defensive alignment, the left fielder for Dallas Center Grimes is the flex player, and it's Denali Amos that will play left field for the Mustangs. Cedar Rapids Kennedy will bat first as the designated away team, the 5 seed in this game. Lily Knutson leads things off pitching, then Natalie Hora, the second baseman, followed by Dylan Amling catching. Addie Thorstensen will play shortstop. Peyton Steinman at first base. Emerson Blocker in center field. Then the designated player, Quinn Wagner. Paisley Lewandowski at third base. And Kate Dyer in left field. For the team in green, the team from Cedar Rapids Kennedy. They won the Mississippi division of the Mississippi Valley Conference. Kennedy, the one team in this 5A bracket that did not appear at state last year. 6 of the 8 teams in the 5A bracket were 5A teams last year. DCG appeared in the 4A state tournament last year. They make the jump to 5A, and then Cedar Rapids Kennedy returns to the state tournament for the first time since 2021. You're watching the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to champion our youth and all they have to offer Iowa's future. And we talked about two very good offenses on these teams, Allie, but two very good starting pitchers as well. Again, similar to what we saw in the last game. Despite high-powered offenses, they're going to have to get past some stingy pitchers.
And both pitchers who can hit. Just want to throw that out here at the beginning as well. Both these pitchers are in key spots of their hitting lineup. But this is an interesting matchup. You look at, runs scored versus runs allowed, and both these teams are very, very similar. And these matchups can really go one or two different directions. Is it going to be the low-scoring affair like we saw in last game, or is this going to be the game where we really start to see the long ball and some extra base hits? You don't know. And if I had to bet, I'm going to put my money with the offense in these teams just because these lineups are very, very good top to bottom. With the heat, everything like that, it is a tough day for pitchers. So I'm going to put my money with the offense, but I have been wrong before, so we will see.
Yeah, and that's a good point, too, is the heat makes it difficult. It thins out the air a little bit and lets the ball fly. You mentioned, though, some wind, and it is pretty significant wind. There's not much to knock it down here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. And it was blowing pretty much straight in from center field in the last game. Doesn't look like it shifted much. These are two teams, like you highlighted with the stat comparison, that like to hit home runs, but it could be difficult with the wind blowing in the way that it is to be able to hit home runs today.
Yeah, that wind coming straight in from dead center right now, playing tall fences here on this field. So it is an extra challenge, but you look at these home run numbers with these two teams, there's some shots in there. So I think it'll be a fun game to watch. And like I said, with the heat's going to be the worst on the pitcher throughout the game. They're the one really exerting themselves the most, and they have their work cut out for them with these two lineups.
Dallas Center Grimes smartly choosing their light uniform for the heat today. Cedar Rapids Kennedy in the dark green. Umpires in today's contest, Dan Miller calls balls and strikes. J.D. Hugestrat at first base. Jordan Hill is the third base umpire for this crew, and they begin their home plate meeting with the two coaches for Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Madison LeClaire, and for Dallas Center Grimes, Todd Miracle. We reached out to these coaches and chatted with them over the last few days, and when I texted Coach Miracle, hey, Allie Kappert and I are calling this game, he said, yeah, when I was at Johnston, Allie hit one at our place that finally landed in Polk City.
That may have happened. I do remember that. He's been around the high school softball game a long time. A phenomenal coach, has won several state championships, and he just does a lot of things right. And he's had a great career at Johnston, now over at Dallas Center Grimes. And hats off to him and the coaching staff that he's put together at DCG. A few of the coaches also coach at Grandview. So, these players are learning from some of the best, but always was fun to play against. And I do remember that hit it out to right field, and it just kept flying. So that is one in my career I do remember.
Tessa Jones takes the circle for DCG. The junior right-hander will throw for the Mustangs. 20-5 this season, a 1.98 ERA in 127 innings of work, 27 appearances. This is her 25th start and her 28th appearance. Opponents hit 192 against her, and she has 195 strikeouts to 32 walks this season. Some really good numbers in the circle, and by the way, she bats cleanup for the DCG team.
In the lineup behind Addie Abens, the home run hitter for DCG. So a lot of power throughout that lineup and nearly matched by the Kennedy lineup as well. So, it's crazy to talk about the season that Addie Abens has had, but then to sit there and say, but it's nearly matched by a couple of hitters from Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
And one of them is going to stand in right now in Lily Knutson, the senior who not only bats leadoff but pitches for Kennedy. School record holder for the Cougars in career strikeouts and single season home runs, and the home run record set this year, 17 long balls for the right-handed hitter.
I think it's important to state those two things happen on opposite side of the ball.
She laces this one out to left center field. It one hops the wall on the first pitch of the game. Lily Knutson into second base with a double.
And the offensive firepower right away to start this game. A leadoff double, and that is a way to set the tone of a ball game.
So Knutson on second. And she does not take a courtesy runner. Really hasn't all season. Natalie Hora will bat, and she fouls the first pitch off.
Natalie, as a freshman, hitting .438. Very impressive season by her. 12 stolen bases, so definitely a threat if she gets on base to move around.
She drops down a bunt. Throw goes to first, and it's in time. Genevieve York to the second baseman covering Kale Montag.
And a job well done there by Hora. Advanced the runner over to third base.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 18, Dylan Amling.
And now Dylan Amling will bat for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. First pitch is high. Amling, another huge power hitter in this Kennedy lineup. 15 home runs on the season. At one point, she was the one that broke the single-season home run record until Lily Knutson stole it from her. 1-0 pitch. Popped up on the infield, foul ground. Gray, the first baseman, giving chase, and she makes the catch.
That is a big out when you talk about the power of Amling, but also to make it an unproductive out for Kennedy. Keeping that runner at third base is huge for DCG. 2 quick outs now, and they're in a position to get out of the inning.
First pitch of the game, absolutely ripped to left center field. But Tessa Jones could be in a position to strand that runner at third base.
You think about it, first pitch of the game, everyone's just trying to settle in. Pitchers just want to throw a strike to get ahead, and it was Knutson who was ready and just absolutely laced a ball.
This one popped up shallow, and it'll stay on the infield. The shortstop, Liddon, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Kennedy strands their leadoff double at third. Good work by Tessa Jones in the circle. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Cedar Rapids Kennedy nothing. Dallas Center Grimes coming up.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Lily Knudsen began the game with a double on the game's first pitch. Now she heads to the circle, and she has been spectacular pitching the ball for Kennedy this season. 18-2 with a 0.63 ERA in her 132 and 2/3 innings of work. 21 starts, now her 22nd. Opponents hit 155 against her, 214 strikeouts to just 29 walks.
Numbers remind me a bit of a pitcher we saw in the first game.
Yep.
So, talk about just what she's done in the circle, the offensive numbers to really go along with it. And it's great to see for the state of Iowa to see players like this come through.
First pitch to Delaney Fetters is cut on and missed. That's what's so great about the state softball tournament is you do see the pinnacle of the sport in this state. Not to say that there aren't great players on teams that didn't make it here. Certainly there are. As the 0-1 pitch is popped foul to the right side, 0-2. But it's just such a fun week to celebrate the sport and to see the state's best battle it out.
No doubt about that. And plenty of softball to be played. So everyone here is going to have their opportunity for their shining moment. And it's exciting to see who's going to step up to that moment.
1-2 on Fetters, who leads off the game for DCG. Delaney Fetters, Jenna Gray, and Abby Abens. The three due up for the Mustangs in the bottom of the first. Swing and a foul ball. Fetters just barely got a piece of that and stayed alive.
Fetters hitting .455 on the season, 45 hits. So definitely the hitter you want at the top of the lineup. She is on base 50% of the time. That is impressive.
1-2. Downstairs. Fetters takes high, and that runs the count full.
That one looked like it just slipped a little bit out of Knudsen's hand, held that grip slightly too long on the ball. So working deep in the count here, and Fetters able to see some pitches.
3-2 is lined foul.
It's not to be understated, too, how important that is in games like this when it is so hot out. If you can make the pitcher work into 8, 9, 10 pitch at-bats, that is crucial for your team.
Another payoff is lined foul once again.
Well, pitch count's not something we necessarily pay as much attention to in softball. When you're in this heat like this, you have to. And it's one of those things, if both pitchers are working hard like that. Last game we didn't see any pitching changes. And right now you don't think we will with these two, but it's also going to depend on pitch count and what they're doing.
Another payoff. Line drive left field. Racing over is Dyer, and she goes down to a knee to make the catch.
Well hit ball by Fetters out into left. That ball had a weird spin. Nice job by Dyer to get her glove underneath that to make the play.
So it'll be Jenna Gray now for the Mustangs. You kind of alluded to the season that Addie Abens is having. She waits on deck. If you're DCG, you'd love to have somebody on base for her first at bat. First pitch misses outside. to Gray.
This DCG team has played an interesting schedule this year. As we mentioned, this is their first year in the 5A state tournament. They were battling in 4A last year, and conference-wise, they're still in a 4A conference. So a lot of the games they play throughout the season are against 4A teams. With that being said, that is a very, very, very strong 4A conference. DCG did have a vote to see if they wanted to join the CIML. They are not at this point, but I mean, definitely a team in most sports would be able to compete in that conference.
1-2 on Jenna Gray. DCG looking for its first base runner. The pitch. Line to foul.
These two teams did face off. You talk about the schedule throughout this season. This DCG team has played Kennedy. They have played Pleasant Valley, and they have played Northwest so far this season with wins over Kennedy and PV. Northwest.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Northwest was the only team on this side of the bracket that got him.
First strikeout of the game belongs to Lily Knutson. And that brings in Addie Abens. Yeah, an 8-0 win for Dallas Center Grimes in this matchup just about a month ago on the 26th of June. Big wave and a miss there from Abens.
Coach Todd Miracle talked a lot about Addie Abens and just how impressive she's been at the plate, but what she's done defensively as well has been just as impressive. An all-around player that is fun to have on the team.
0-1 pitch misses outside to the junior center fielder. Abens hitting .570 this season. Has driven in 59 runs, scored 46. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good drop ball there from Knutson, and it's 1-2.
Knutson spinning it really well. She's attacking over the zone, but the ability to throw that drop ball middle of the plate and still get the swing and miss is very impressive.
1-2. Fly ball right field. Racing over is Giesman toward the line in foul ground, makes the catch. And DCG is down in order in the first. Scoreless heading to the second.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah!
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Sunny, hot day here in Fort Dodge. The Sport Brellas are out.
Needed for the sun now, possibly needed for the rain later.
Yeah. It'll be 5-6-7 for Cedar Rapids. Kennedy here in the second inning. Peyton Steinman fouls off the first one from Tessa Jones. Impressive showing from Jones in that first inning. The first pitch she threw was rocked to left center field. Then that player, Knutson, who doubled, made it to third on a sacrifice bunt, but 2 pop-outs induced by Jones to end the first inning with no damage. She's ahead 0-2 here on Steinman, and this one is popped foul. That one well out in front of home plate. Good block by J.C. Jameson. A ball and 2 strikes on Steinman. Leading off the second inning for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. The pitch. Line drive, softly hit into left field. It's down for a base hit. Steinman will stop at first and leads off the second inning with a single.
A nice piece of hitting there by Steinman. Gets her hands up above the movement from Fetters, able to drive that ball out into left field. Not a hard hit ball, but a perfectly placed ball. And for the second inning in a row now, Kennedy with the leadoff runner on base.
Emerson Blocker is the batter now for Kennedy. And she takes outside corner for a strike.
Getting the call in here. Wondering if we can expect some small ball. DCG certainly is. Corners are playing in for the sacrifice bunt here.
She does square and gets it down to the pitcher. Throw goes to second for 1, over to first, not in time. So unsuccessful sacrifice for Emerson Blocker as Steinman is retired 1-6. Blocker reaches on fielder's choice.
What a play in the circle by Fetters to know that that ball is coming back at her quick enough to turn that and get the lead runner.
First pitch to Quinn Wagner, misses low.
And Kennedy knows they need a runner in scoring position, so take it by way of stolen base.
Blocker now 14 of 14 in steals this season. 1-0 on the DP, Quinn Wagner. Outside. DCG still potentially expecting bunt here. Genevieve York playing well in front of the third base bag. Jenna Gray about even, couple steps in front of first. 2-0. Catches the inside corner.
I have a feeling both these teams are ones that can rely on small ball until someone really figures out how to open up the floodgates and get the run scoring going. So, I mean, right now you're early in the game. It's all about manufacturing that first run of the game.
3 balls and a strike on Wagner. Here it comes. Fly ball, center field shallow. Abens coming over and makes the catch in right center field in front of the right fielder. The throw into the infield gets away. Good heads-up base running by Emerson Blocker to take off immediately and take third base.
Great base running. And those are the little things you have to make sure you're doing right. A free base for Kennedy at the end of that play.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 17, Paisley Lewandowski.
Really a throwing error there on Addie Abens. And here's Paisley Lewandowski, who takes strike 1.
That was considered an error. That's what, I didn't see it. Was she going to go anyway? She got it and then threw it.
0-1 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, and it's 0-2. Back-to-back innings with a runner on third for Kennedy. In this case, though, with 2 outs. 0-2 to Lewandowski. It's high, gets away from the catcher. Here comes Blocker. She slides in safely. Emerson Blocker manufactures a run herself, a stolen base, and then 2 more heads-up base running plays. And Cedar Rapids Kennedy takes a 1-0 lead. Pop up to the right side. Gray in foul territory makes the catch. But Emerson Blocker creates a run on the base paths and gives Kennedy the lead heading to the bottom of the second.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Tessa Jones leads off the second inning for DCG. The first pitch is popped foul to the right side, 0-1. It'll be Jones, York, and Liddon for DCG. 0-1 on the Mustangs pitcher and cleanup hitter who takes high. So DCG playing this season in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Voted, what did you say, about a month ago not to join the CIML? And then 4 days ago.
They are joining the CIML, a unanimous vote 4 days ago. So an update to our previous reporting that I had not known about. So thank you for the text that corrected that. But it's honestly, I think, a very, very good move. Plain and simple, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah.
And this DCG team, not only in softball, but in other sports across the board, have proven they can compete at the highest level. Great off-speed pitch there for the strikeout.
Called strike 3 as Lily Knutson picks up her second strikeout of the day.
But I think there will be a great addition to that conference, and it'll be fun to watch in years to come as that district just grows and grows and gets stronger in athletics.
Genevieve York, the batter now. First pitch misses outside.
And DCG still looking for their first base runner of the game. Kennedy's taken advantage, getting the runner on in the top of the second. Stole her way over to second, took advantage of a throwing error to make it to third, and then a pass ball to come around and score, producing the first run of this game. DCG trying to find a way to get some of that magic of their own here in the bottom of the second. Right now, just need to get that first runner on.
2-0 on Genevieve York. She takes outside. York, the junior third baseman. 341 hitter coming into the state tournament. 22 runs, 26 driven in. 10 doubles, 4 homers. She takes a strike at the bottom of the zone, 3-1. And that is ball 4. First base runner of the game comes with a base on balls.
And a nice pitch there by Knudsen. Just misses the inside corner of the plate. But a pitcher doesn't throw a lot of walks. We had talked about just her numbers on the season. So a rare free pass given by Knudsen.
Let's see if DCG can take advantage. Addison Liddon, another huge high-average player in this lineup, hits a fly ball out to right field. Giesman in foul ground chases it down again.
That ball was tailing towards foul ball territory. I'm not sure if it would have landed fair or not, but the tailspin on that ball made for a tough play out in right field.
We've seen a couple of really good catches by Molly Giesman now. And that one, she almost ran out of room. But able to track it down. 2 down for J.C. Jamison. Called strike 1. Jamison, the junior catcher for DCG. Another hitter in this Mustangs lineup with a batting average north of 400. 0-1. Lined foul. And Knutson a strike away from stranding that 1-out walk. Oh, 2. Called strike 3. Got the outside corner. 2 punch outs in the inning, 3 on the game for Lily Knutson. Still 1-0 Kennedy heading to the 3rd.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
We're through 2 innings here in the second game of the Class 5A State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Cedar Rapids Kennedy with a 1-0 lead, and they'll send their 9-1 and 2 hitters to the plate here in the 3rd inning, facing off against Tessa Jones. It'll be Kate Dyer to start things off in the 3rd for the Cougars. And Dyer squares to bunt, pops it up foul, and gets lucky that it had a little bit more power than she wanted on that bunt. Ends up going off the screen.
And Kennedy right now just wanting to find a way to get a runner on base, turn this over to the top of their order. Lily Knutson, first pitch of the game, drove it out into left center. Bunt there right back to the pitcher. Well played by Fetters in the circle.
Yeah, another good play by Tessa Jones, the DCG pitcher. A couple times that the ball's been bunted back to her, and she has made no mistake. First retiring the lead runner on that bunt in the 2nd inning, and then there just an easy 1-3 put out. Lily Knutson has seen one pitch, and she doubled on it in the 1st inning. Here she takes the first one low.
Had my jersey numbers and position numbers mixed up there.
Yeah.
Delaney Fetters out in right field wearing jersey number 1 and position number 1, Tessa Jones.
1-0 pitch is tall, but at the top of the strike zone. One to Knutson. She takes high. Knutson flies it foul to the right side. That one will land amongst the spectators. Are you taking the souvenir or are you taking the free candy?
I know they want you to take the candy, but I'm I was always the kid that took the souvenir.
Yeah. That pitch is down and it's full. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tessa Jones goes above the zone and gets Knutson to chase. That is the first strikeout for Jones today.
And a nice job by Jones' Cedar counterpart in that at-bat. Knutson, if you remember, first inning was first pitch, just swinging away. So nice job there by Jones to settle in that at-bat and win the second time around.
2 down bases empty for Natalie Hora, who fouls off the first one. After this third inning, we're in the top of the third right now. After the bottom half, we'll go to a 3-minute hydration break with the high temperatures here in Fort Dodge. 0-1 pitch misses inside. And then after each successive inning, there will be another hydration break. 1-1 pitch, low and outside. Hora laid down a sacrifice bunt her first time. She is officially nothing for nothing today. 2-1. Lined into center field, looping liner, falling quickly. Diving catch, Addie Abens.
What a play in center field. Addie Abens showing it with the glove for DCG.
1, 2, 3 go the Cougars in the third. They still lead DCG 1-0.
Fans, thanks to Mid-American Energy, the 2026 Iowa Girls.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament. As sole title sponsor of Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. Bottom of the third inning, 8-9-1 due up for the Mustangs of Dallas Center Grimes. Kale Montag leads things off. Second baseman for DCG, also their second option in the circle.
And for DCG so far, only base runner has been a free base to Genevieve York. So Dallas Center Grimes here now middle of the game looking to manufacture some base runners, and that'll do it right there.
Solid line drive into right field, and Kale Montag has a single, first hit of the game for the Mustangs.
Just a nice piece of hitting there by Montag to drive that ball out into right. And that's huge. Get your lead-off runner on base and looking 9-1-2 here in the lineup. So we'll see if DCG opts to play some small ball, look to advance that runner.
It'll be Callie Seidel, the designated player.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 22, Callie Seidel.
Seidel does square to bunt. He pulls it back, pitch misses high.
Defensively, Kennedy definitely playing for the sacrifice bunt. Both corners playing in.
One-oh pitch is bunted back up the middle. A bouncing throw to first gets away. Rounding second, heading for third is Montag. And the throw goes to second where they get Seidel. 9-6, Molly Giesman doing a nice job of backing up the play. Throws to Thorstensen, who gets the tag out. So Seidel reached first on probably an infield single and then is retired. Trying to take second base. 9-6. Montag gets to third, one away in the third inning.
So end result was what DCG was hoping for. A sacrifice bunt moved the runner, and actually runner ended up making it over to third base. But DCG's looking back on that, wishing they'd have two runners on with no outs in this situation. So Kennedy lucky to get an out with how bad that play started for them. So I guess if you're both teams, mission accomplished of getting one out and moving the runner. Now top of the order.
Kennedy playing their infield in, wanting to make sure that Montag doesn't score from third on a ball on the ground. Fetters fouls off the first one. Line out her first time, the DCG right fielder. Oh, 1 pitch is bunted up the middle, but it hit the batter, who is out. And that runner is going to have to go back to third.
A tough squeeze play there. The drag bunt from the right side, always tough as a hitter, especially into turf. You're not going to get kind of the push that you would as you would on dirt, and she runs right into that. A tough break for DCG.
So Fetters is out. It's scored as a putout for the closest fielder, which is the catcher in that instance. And Montag goes back to third. Kennedy with a couple of breaks in this inning. Can Knutson take advantage of those and strand that runner on third? First pitch to Jenna Gray misses outside. Or can DCG overcome some tough breaks in this inning and tie this game? One-oh pitch. Line to foul. One and one on Gray, a strikeout victim her first time. Knutson delivers. Big wave and a miss.
Nice off-speed pitch. Knutson doing a really nice job just mixing up speeds and keeping Gray off balance.
One-two. Low and outside. I would have liked to see another off-speed pitch there. I like the idea of going low, but I don't think you're going to fool the batter with the hard stuff downstairs, especially immediately after going with the off-speed.
And Gray's seemed to be a little bit off balance throughout this at bat. Definitely mixing speeds has been effective for Knudsen.
2-2. Swing and a foul ball.
Nice
Gray
job.
just barely stays alive.
Really nice job by Gray to get her bat to that ball. This is a huge out, obviously third out of the inning, but Addie Amos is sitting there on deck. I mean, if she comes up a runner on base, that's a heck of a lot different than coming up to start an inning, base is empty.
Knudsen thought she had strike 3, but it just misses outside. And it's 3-2 on Jenna Gray. Knudsen deals. Gray takes low and outside, ball 4.
Now what will Kennedy do here? Addie Abens coming to the plate, 2 runners on. A deep fly ball out to right in her first at bat.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 19, Addie Ebens.
This game very much could change with one swing of the bat, and Abens is a player that has had those swings this season.
And I think they're going to talk this over, and they are going to put her on first base.
So it's an intentional walk as Addie Abens reaches first. And that loads the bases for Tessa Jones. The job does not get easier here for Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
And that's one thing. I wish in Iowa high school, I wish the pitcher still had to throw 4 pitches. They no longer have to throw the 4 pitches for that intentional walk. I wish they did, because so much can happen in the 4 pitches of an intentional walk, especially with a runner on third base. There can always be pass balls, wild pitches, things like that. It makes it so much easier for the defending team now. And so I guess whether you're for the rule, against the rule, a lot can change when you force the pitcher to throw 4 more pitchers. So as someone who's an offensive-minded player and someone who did get intentionally walked a lot while I was in high school, I would like to see the pitcher have to throw those pitches and earn that walk.
Too bad. Jones takes a strike.
Nice pitch there by Knudsen. Getting the outside strike call.
One pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of Amling. Knudsen a strike away from stranding the bases loaded and hanging on to a 1-0 lead here in the third.
Interesting defensive alignment. Kennedy, shortstop, is playing inside the baseline with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. Amling steps on home plate, and Lily Knudsen wiggles her way out of a bases-loaded jam. Kennedy still ahead 1-0 on DCG as we head to our first hydration break.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they are the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing girls state softball tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we are investing in Iowa's future. This is the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. And we're on the Girls Union Network presented by Mid-American Energy Company. Game 2 of the 5A bracket. Game 1 saw really a pitcher's duel, a 4-1 victory for Waukee Northwest over Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley will play the loser of this game at 11 a.m. tomorrow on this field. Waukee Northwest will play the winner of this game immediately afterwards at 1:15. We're on Triton Field at Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa. This has been the home of girls state softball for decades now, but a brand new field, a brand new format as the High School Athletic Union, the Girls High School Athletic Union here in Iowa is implementing some changes, and I think changes that are well received so far.
And if you're just buying a general ticket to the Iowa High School State Tournament, you're getting way more softball this year than you have in years previous. So 5 fields going at the same time. You could stop by any field and see some great action played. Here on Triton Field, it's 5A. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and really some powerhouse teams here on this field. A ton of power offensively. So, I mean, we're 10 innings in and haven't seen a home run yet. I just want to throw that out into the world.
Yeah.
That we are 10 innings into the 5A state tournament and have not seen a home run.
And these two teams are certainly teams that like to hit them. Kennedy has hit 54 home runs this season. DCG has hit 66. Two teams that we saw in the previous game, 25 home runs this season for Pleasant Valley, 35 for Waukee Northwest. The power is there, but we haven't seen it yet. What do you think the biggest factor is? The wind, the first game jitters, the heat?
I mean, a combination of all those. I also think we've seen some phenomenal pitching so far.
Absolutely.
In both of these games. And it's, I mean, seeing just the great pitching makes a big difference because that's not something that these teams see every single day. But so hats off to the pitchers and what they've been able to do in the circle. But weather definitely a key factor. It is hot on the field right now. Nice off-speed pitch. Called a ball just off the plate outside, but really great pitch to start this inning.
It's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Cedar Rapids Kennedy against Tessa Jones. The 1-0 pitch to Amling is skied into shallow right field. Racing over into foul ground is Montag, but she can't get there. The Mustang second baseman gave it chase, but Amling stays alive. Amling, Thorstensen, and Steinman, the batters due up for the team in green. In the top of the fourth, a 1-0 lead for Kennedy. As you mentioned, the lack of home runs. The one run that has scored in this game was completely manufactured on the base paths. 1-2 misses high, it's 2-2.
A very unconventional run,
No
I
kidding.
would say.
Emerson Blocker reached on a fielder's choice as she was attempting to sacrifice bunt in the second inning, as that one's fouled off. She then stole second base, got to third on a pop out to center field that the throw into the infield was offline, and then scored on a wild pitch. 2-2 to Amling. Ground ball up the middle. Backhand play Montag over to first in time to retire Amling.
Montag was busy during that at bat. Chased down the foul ball, almost had that, was able to get the play there at second base. And a big first out to this inning. for Tessa Jones in the circle.
Addie Thorstensen takes ball 1.
And I mean, we talk about the weather, looking at the flags. The wind is absolutely howling out there right now.
And blowing pretty much straight in from center field. Thorstensen chops one to third. Nice play, Genevieve York, and she takes her time. Throws to Gray for the second out of the inning. 7 in a row retired by Tessa Jones. And Peyton Steinman is the batter now for Kennedy. That pitch misses downstairs to Steinman, who is the last batter for the Cougars with a hit. Led off the second inning with a single. Just 2 hits in this game for Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
How about the pitching? I mean, they've really just settled in. And, I mean, hitting to weak contact, letting your defense work. Routine softball.
Guide into right field. Fetters tracking in, following the ball with some crazy wind. She's able to make the catch and retire the side. 8 in a row, sat down by Tessa Jones. 1-0 Kennedy heading to the bottom of the 4th.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Oh, before she gets in the car, it's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Two games in this Class 5A state softball tournament, and so far 2 pitchers' duels. A 4-1 victory for Waukee Northwest over Pleasant Valley in the first game. And here in game 2, just a 1-0 lead for Cedar Rapids Kennedy as Lily Knudsen delivers a strike to Genevieve York. It's York, Liddon, and Jameson for the Mustangs here in this 4th inning.
And York was the first DCG hitter to reach base earlier in this game. She reached by walk, now down 0-2 in this count. So she's looking to find a way, get on base again.
Mustangs loaded the bases in the previous inning but failed to score as that pitch misses outside. Really a couple of lucky breaks for Cedar Rapids Kennedy in the 3rd inning. Able to get an out on what looked like a broken play on a ball that was thrown away into right field, but the right fielder Molly Giesman, as this one is laced down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No. Molly Giesman tracked down an errant throw, stayed with the play, threw it to her shortstop, and retired a runner trying to steal an extra base. And then what looked like a good bunt from Delaney Fetters later in the inning ends up bouncing up and hitting her after she's left the batter's box for another out for Kennedy. 1-2 is lined back to the screen.
And Genevieve York looks like she had that timed up perfectly, missing just underneath the ball. Wouldn't be surprised here if Knutson switches to an off-speed pitch here ahead in the count. Nice cut by York, timed up well.
Here's the 1-2. It's downstairs.
Sounded good, Scott. Really good. Thanks.
2-2. Lined foul.
Good thing there's more games to do. When does she sing in the stretch? In 3 more innings. All right.
And all the teams today going to be keeping a close eye on the weather. Like we said, just the heat right now, chance of storms rolling in later, just north of here in Fort Dodge. Fingers crossed those go east of here.
2-2 is in on the ground to third. Off the glove of Lewandowski. She stays with it and throws across to Steinman for the first out of the inning.
We're out number 1.
Nice play by the freshman third baseman. Hit more or less right at you, but sometimes those are the toughest ones.
Those are the tough ones. Nice job by her sticking with it and making the play.
This is Addison Litton for Dallas Center Grimes. Chopped again to third, this time foul. You can see just how badly the wind is affecting even our cameras out there.
Definitely has an impact on this game, but right now, I mean, hats off to the pitchers and what they've been able to do. Most of the contact in this game has stayed in the infield and on the ground. Nice pitch there by Knutson, Peyton, the inside corner.
Knutson 3 strikeouts today, including a big one to end the third inning. And Strand, the bases loaded. Way ahead here of Litton. 0-2. Ground ball back to Knutson. Look what I found over to first in time.
Fielding the position. Make a play, help yourself. DCG once again, 2 outs in the inning, trying to produce something.
First pitch to J.C. Jamison. Excuse me, swing fouled off to the right. And out of play. Jamison, a .403 hitter coming into the season. Catcher for DCG. A 1-pitch floats and catches the outside corner.
Good use of the off speed there by Knutson, able to paint the outside corner with it. I really like what she's been able to do, just mixing speeds and keeping these DCG hitters really on their toes, not knowing what to expect.
0-2 pitch. Misses off the outside edge. I like that idea, though, from Knutson. She gets the outside corner on the last pitch.
And she has gotten that call earlier in the game. So, I mean, if I'm her, I'm going to continue to go back to that pitch and see if I can get that call once again. And, I mean, she's still ahead in the count. So nothing to lose on that pitch.
1-2. Fouled off to the left side. Jamison stays alive. So, yeah, I mean, the potential to get the call is one reason why I like that idea. But also, you know that you've thrown it outside before and that the hitter might be expecting you to go there again. Knowing they need to fight it off, you might get the chase.
Yeah, smart pitching, good pitch calling from the dugout.
1-2 is just upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes on J.C. Jameson.
And I guess I don't know where the credit should be given on the pitch calling, so could be a catcher as well.
2-2. Ground ball back to Knudsen again. Easy does it to first. And a 1-2-3 frame for the senior right-hander. She's got a shutout through 4. It's 1-0 Kennedy.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
We're through 4 full innings in Game 2 of the Class 5A state tournament. It's a hydration break for the players. It's a shade break for these fans. I suppose they're probably in the shade as much as possible.
Not a lot of shade to be found.
No, you got to bring your own.
Yeah, it's all self-manufactured shade here today at the ballpark, but it's a hot one. These players are handling it well, and both our games so far here in 5A have been a pitcher's duel. All 4 pitchers that we've seen in the circle have done a nice job utilizing the zone, mixing speeds well. And, I mean, right now we're in a 1-0 ball game. Kennedy's up on DCG. DCG just needs to find any way possible to get those runners on base. Get the runners on base, play some small ball, get them moving. And for Kennedy, hats off to Lily Knudsen and what she's done in the circle to prevent that from happening. But also, they're playing very, very good defense to maintain that 1-0 lead.
93 degrees, the temperature here in Fort Dodge. Feels like 100. And there is a chance for rain at about 5 p.m. Doesn't look like Fort Dodge is going to see a ton of rain, so hopefully not long delays, but the heat has already played a factor. The hydration breaks, certainly a necessity on a hot day like today. And the Mustangs of Dallas Center Grimes retake the field here in the 5th inning, trailing Cedar Rapids Kennedy 1-0. Emerson Blocker will lead off the 5th for Kennedy. She has scored the 1 run of the game and really did a lot of it herself. Stolen base, took 3rd on a throwing error, was very heads up to do so, and then scored on a wild pitch. And that is the difference so far. The Emerson Blocker manufactured run back in the 2nd. She leads off the 5th. She'll be followed by Quinn Wagner and Paisley Lewandowski.
I think any coach will tell you winning a state championships, it's about doing the little things right. All the teams here can have had their big moments throughout the season, but it's going to be the team that does the little things right, and that goes back to Emerson Blocker's way around the base path. That's just heads-up softball, and that's what you need if you're going to be the team that wins it this week.
Strike 1, 2, Blocker. Nice pitch on the outside edge from Tessa Jones, who has retired 8 Cougars in a row. Blocker, the last batter to reach. She weakly hits this one to 3rd. York charges, throws across, and beats the speedy Blocker for out number 1.
And a quick first out there to start this inning.
And we might see a substitution here for Kennedy. As it looks like Head coach Madison LeClaire is discussing with the umpire. Well, no, it is Quinn Wagner, and it's her spot in the order. Not sure. Wagner takes a strike. 0-1 on the freshman DP, who flew out to center field her first time. Climbs the ladder, misses at strike two. Jones rocks and fires. Misses outside. Just the one strikeout for Tessa Jones so far today. Struck out her counterpart in the circle back in the third inning. 1-2 to Wagner. Is chopped up first. Couple of bounces, and Gray touches her own bag for out number 2.
An unintentional swing there by Quinn Wagner. Not the bat she wanted to put on that ball, but good heads-up defense there for DCG to get the quick second out. Jenna Gray fielding it cleanly, taking it herself.
With Paisley Lewandowski to the plate, Tessa Jones is looking for her third straight perfect inning. First pitch is back to Jones. 1, 2, 3 go the Cougars for the third inning in a row. Tessa Jones is rolling in the DCG circle, but it's still a 1-0 Kennedy lead.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Montag, Seidel, and Fetters due up for Dallas center Grimes in the bottom of the fifth inning. This high-powered Mustangs offense is still looking for its first run of the state tournament. Presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Montag singled to lead off the third. She bats for a second time here in the fifth against Lily Knutson. Float pitch in there for strike one.
And Knutson right now is reminding me a lot of Bischoff from Pleasant Valley, who has really utilized that off-speed pitch later in the game. And, I mean, she has kept this DCG offense silent at the plate. This is a team that's used to scoring a lot of runs, and we're bottom of the fifth right now, and they did have the bases loaded once. Unfortunately for them, just had some miscues that got them out of that situation, but this is a team that's used to scoring a ton of runs.
Past the diving Thorstensen and into left field, Kale Montag has her second hit in as many tries.
And that is what DCG needs right now.
Yeah.
To find a way to get the ball in play. Get your dugout back into this game. Get the momentum going on your side.
And we're going to see a pinch runner. Hayden Smith will come in to pinch run.
Pinch running for Dallas center Grimes, number 21, Hayden Smith. Now batting for the Mustangs, number 22, Callie Seidel.
And it was Seidel's spot in the order last time. Laid down a sacrifice bunt that had the kind of the odd out with it. You have to imagine looking to play some small ball again here, get that runner moving.
Seidel bunts through the first one. And now time called. Pinch runner at first base is our first substitution. Substitution in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. I do wonder, though, if it's not, in fact, a pinch runner, but if they're going to move Montag into the circle. I wouldn't think so, just based on how well Tessa Jones has been pitching.
It could be a situation of she should be safe there at second, yeah.
Callie Seidel is aboard on a no-out fielder's choice as Smith slides in safely to second on a throw that's offline.
I had to imagine with Montag being their number 2 pitcher, probably just want to get her off the field and get her arm loose just in case.
And we are going to see another runner here.
Entering the game to run for Dallas Center Grimes. Number 9.
Denali Amos has already been in the game as the flex player.
And she'll just go in to run for the DP Seidel. So those two are interchangeable with each other.
Number 1, Delaney Fetters.
So 2 aboard for DCG and nobody out. By far their most threatening situation of the day. Delaney Fetters, the batter. And she thought about laying down a bunt. It's a strike.
And DCG right now is really just trying to get Kennedy to, they're trying to produce a miscue by the defense right now is all they're trying to do. Produce chaos and see where they can get the ball to go.
It was basically chaos that got Kennedy's first run in and the only run in this game. This one misses low and inside.
A good
as
rotation.
Fetters pulls back the bunt.
Good rotation there defensively by Kennedy, making sure all bases are covered. But and that's exactly what DCG is trying to do. Just if we can produce chaos, see if we can get a ball thrown around a little bit and get a run around.
1-1. Bunt. Pulled back. Pitch misses low. Two and one on Fetters. She squares again. Pops it up. And it is caught by the third baseman, Lewandowski, in foul territory for out number 1.
And it's DCG that has the miscue in the small ball.
That's the risk that you run.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 11, Jenna Gray.
This will be Jenna Gray, a strikeout.
Tell you what, those last few pitches have really gone Kennedy's way. A couple of miscues by DCG offensively. And Knutson looking into the dugout, asking coach, hey, what's the plan here? And at this point, they look like they're going to go after Abens. I'm with you. I don't know if this is a chance I'd want to take this late in the game. You have 2 outs. Not typically the hitter I'd want to face in this situation. But Knutson's thrown a great game so far.
And she gets the first pitch in there for a strike. Next one is lined softly over the head of the shortstop, Thorstensen, and down in left center field. 1 run is in. Throw goes to third, and it's not in time. RBI single, Addie Abens, and DCG has tied this game up at 1.
Well, not the power we're used to seeing from Addie Avens, but talk about the perfect placement. And we have our first run from DCG and runners second and third in scoring position to continue the attack.
So Hayden Smith scores, Amos goes to third, and Abens advances to second on the throw.
And that's a tough call to make as a coach. Do you put her on? Do you pitch to her? Runners at first and second. What do you do in that situation? And she didn't beat you with power there. She just beat you by getting the bat on the ball, able to drive through it and muscle a single.
Tessa Jones, the batter now, trying to help her own cause. Pair of strikeouts for Jones in the box so far today. Oh, 1 is low. Some instruction from Todd Miracle to Denali Amos at third. 1-1. Downstairs.
If I'm Knutson, I'm careful here. Down in the count, still in the heart of this DCG lineup.
Jones gets a hold of that one, but well fouled to the right side.
Nice pitch on the outside corner. Jones a little bit behind that pitch.
Two. Misses low and outside. And it runs full on Jones. The payoff is low for ball 4. Bases are loaded for Genevieve York. And we're going to see a courtesy runner at first base. It'll be Addie Kessler.
Second time in this game now, DCG with the bases loaded. Kennedy was able to get themselves out of it earlier in the game. This just feels like the more dire situation. DCG has tied this game up at 1. And, I mean, a single here can add their first lead of the game.
Amos at third, Abens at second, Kessler at first. 2 outs, Genevieve York the batter. Lily Knutson delivers. Line drive, looping into right field. It's down for a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. It's a 2-run single for Genevieve York, and DCG has plated 3 in the 5th to take the lead.
Absolute clutch at bat by Genevieve York, taking that ball out into right field. All it takes is a base hit. In DCG now, their first lead of the game, all momentum on their side.
And the threat not over here for the Mustangs as Addison Liddon tries to add on. Strike. The pitch is high. Throw to first. The tag is applied well before the run comes across. So DCG was trying to get into a rundown and create chaos on the base paths, but Genevieve York is just caught stealing with nothing to show for it for the Mustangs. But 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and it's DCG 3, Cedar Rapids Kennedy 1, heading to another hydration break, and then the 6th inning.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
We're through 5 innings here in the second game of the Class 5A State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dallas Center Grimes felt like they had chances earlier in the game, but couldn't come through. The 5th inning finally changes things for the Mustangs as they plate 3 in the bottom of the 5th and take a 3-1 lead heading to the 6th. Alongside all Big 12 first-teamer Allie Kappert, I'm Noah Wolf. Allie, we've seen good softball today, and I think what's really impressive about the softball that we're seeing is a lot of team effort in both of these games. There haven't been the individual moments of greatness, no home runs in any of these games so far. Base-to-base softball, up and down the lineup contributions. Certainly pitching and defense have been huge in both of these games, but that's what you want to see in the state tournament is contributions from everybody.
Yeah, and it definitely starts in the circle for all these teams, and it's major respect to the pitchers and what they've been able to do in the heat today. They're throwing to contact and inducing a lot of weak contact. This 5A class is filled with a ton of offensive power. And, I mean, it just numbers we've never seen before in this state. And these pitchers so far today have done such a good job minimizing that. And for DCG, you just had a feeling that the floodgates were going to open at some point with the opportunities that they had produced throughout this game so far. And it was finally there in the 5th, all with 2 outs. It was Addie Abens able to punch that single. Didn't hit it hard, hit it perfectly placed, was able to produce the run. And then Genevieve York with the big single out into right field to take the lead and get an insurance run on top of it. So I think that insurance run is going to come in pretty crucial as we head into the 6th and 7th inning into this game. I have a feeling Kennedy's going to be able to produce some more base runners here. So having a 2-run lead is a lot safer than a 1-run lead in any ball game, but especially today. And with Tessa Jones in the circle, she's kept Kennedy pretty quiet since that 1 run. So just continuing what she's doing, and I think DCG will be just fine.
Yeah, Tessa Jones in the circle has now retired 11 batters in a row. She comes back out for the 6th inning. I believe Kale Montag has re-entered at second base. She was out for a pinch runner. But she re-enters at second. Tessa Jones back to the circle, and she'll do battle against 9-1 and 2 for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Kate Dyer, Lily Knutson, and Natalie Hora due up for the Cougars, looking for their first hit since leading off the 2nd inning. Just 2 hits in this game for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 1 unearned run has crossed the plate for the Cougars. And Kate Dyer stands in now. Fouls this one off. DCG anticipating bunt. But Dyer swinging away, and she goes around on that one.
Every fielder on the defense for DCG right now expecting small ball. You look at their outfield placement, even they're playing shallow, expecting a soft slap or bunt.
0-2 is popped up on the infield. Foul ground, the catcher, Jamison, makes the catch. Now 12 in a row sat down by Tessa Jones. She is absolutely cruising. Third time through the order now, though, for the Cougars. Lily Knutson doubled on the first pitch of this ball game. Will she be equally aggressive here? Yes. But can't find that first one as it drops below the zone, 0-1.
I love the approach from a leadoff. Just get in there, swinging first pitch.
0-1 is lined into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Knutson will stop at first, and she's 2 for 3 today. She has 2 of Kennedy's 3 hits in the game. And we'll see what Natalie Hora can do at the plate for the Cougars. Hora fouls off the first one.
And swinging away here, Kennedy knowing they need to produce 2 runs. I mean, that's where that insurance run from DCG is ever so critical. I mean, with 1 out here in the 6th, you're down by 1. Maybe we're just looking to move a runner.
Right.
But down by 2 runs, they need runners.
0-1 gets past the catcher, Jamison. A wild pitch allows Knutson to advance to second base. So that does move the runner. Runner in scoring position here for Kennedy. The 1-1 to Hora. She waves and misses at a pitch that was above the zone. One and 2 on Hora, looking for her first hit today. Sacrifice bunt back in the first. That pitch misses outside.
And Natalie, a young talent on this team. I mean, we talked this team, of the 8 teams in the 5A bracket, Kennedy, the only team not at the state tournament next year. Nice strikeout there, inside corner for Jones.
But second punch out of the day today for Tessa Jones.
Just the experience these young kids are getting here at the state tournament. And this game, I mean, the outcome of this game is still such a toss-up here as it's close at the end of it, but great experience heading into tomorrow and the rest of the state tournament.
Amling knew that she could put a lot on that ball, but gets it higher than deeper, and it's the shortstop, Liddon, that comes into foul ground and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So a hit in the inning for Kennedy, their first since the 2nd frame, but they strand that runner on second base, and they still trail by 2 heading to the bottom of the 6th.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here. Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health. Expert care focused on you.
Bottom of the 6th inning. 3-1 DCG. They flipped the game on its head in the bottom of the 5th, scoring 3 runs against Lily Knutson and a Kennedy defense that had been very good up until that point, but DCG just able to keep stringing hits together, keep stringing base runners together, and eventually plate 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Now one more chance to add on before the Mustangs look for 3 more outs in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, DCG would love to add 1 or 2 insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. This Kennedy offense, we've seen the numbers. They have the firepower, and they just haven't been able to break it open or break it loose at any point so far in this game. So at some point in the state tournament, it's coming for them. So DCG wants nothing more than to tack a couple more runs on to feel a little bit safer with their lead going into the 7th.
It's Addison Liddon, the senior shortstop for DCG, to lead off the 6th inning. J.C. Jameson and Kale Montag due up after her. First pitch misses high and outside.
Any rally DCG has had today, it's felt like it started with Montag.
Right.
That 8 spot in the lineup has kind of been the fuse for this DCG offense so far in this game.
1-0 is hit high in the air, right field. Tracking back is Giesman, but she has enough room to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
And well played by Giesman out in right. The wind has switched direction slightly, kind of coming in from right now rather than center. It's a nice job by the outfielders to make that adjustment as we've gone through this game.
J.C. Jameson, the batter now. Jameson 0 for 2, a strikeout in the 2nd inning, a ground out in the 4th. And flies this one off the handle of the bat, but it drops harmlessly between the first baseman and the catcher in foul ground. Knutson delivers, and Jameson cracks this one foul. 0-2. Knutson has been very good today. 4 strikeouts so far, but none since the 3rd inning.
Giving up a few free passes. That's rare for her in looking at her numbers from the season, but the free passes haven't really come back to hurt her when they were offered up in this game.
0-2 pitch just misses downstairs. One and 2 on Jameson. Knutson misses outside. Good fight here from J.C. Jameson. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Nice pitch by Knutson going upstairs, getting the rise ball up at the hands. And Jameson's 2nd strikeout of the game.
Cal Montag, 2 for 2 today. Stands in for DCG. Last chance for the Mustangs to try to add some insurance. First pitch to Montag is waved at and missed. 0-1. Cedar Rapids Kennedy will send its 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate in the 7th inning. Addie Thorstensen, Peyton Steinman, Emerson Blocker. The 0-1. Wave and a miss.
Montag so far 2 for 2 on the game. Like I said, she's been the fuse that has gotten the DCG offense going in both of her at-bats. They haven't been scared to manufacture some chaos with 2 outs.
0-2. Swing and a miss. No, she fouled it off. Got a piece. Montag stays alive. Winner of this game takes on Waukee Northwest tomorrow at 1:15 and stays on the winner's side of the bracket. 0-2 pitch outside. Team that comes up short today will head to the elimination side of the bracket and play Pleasant Valley in an elimination game at 11 a.m. on this field tomorrow.
A Pleasant Valley team that looked really strong in that first game. Mason Bischoff in the circle through an outstanding game against Northwest.
Chopper to Lewandowski. She throws to Steinman, and DCG is down in order in the 6th. Hydration break, and then the top of the 7th, the last chance for Cedar Rapids Kennedy in this game today.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We head to the top of the 7th inning. We're in a 3-minute hydration break right now. But when play resumes, it will be 3-1 in favor of Dallas Center Grimes and the Mustangs. The 4 seed against the 5 seed Cedar Rapids Kennedy need 3 more outs to stay on the winner's side of the bracket and advance to play a very dangerous and difficult Waukee Northwest team tomorrow.
And not to rush this 3-minute hydration break, but DCG looking to close this game out pretty fast. Lightning definitely approaching our area. So this is a game that these teams are looking to get finished up before any storms come in.
This is the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. You're watching it on the Girls Union Network powered by MidAmerican Energy Company. In Class 5A, which rolls along today, we'll see Dowling Catholic and Ankeny Centennial square off at 4:15. Centennial, the 2 seed, Dowling, the 7. And then at 6:30 on Triton Field, West Des Moines Valley, the 3 seed, takes on Southeast Polk, the 6 seed. Again at 6:30. That's the other half of this 5A bracket. So the winners of those 2 games will square off against each other tomorrow. The losers of those 2 games will face off tomorrow as well. In the first year of this double elimination format at the Girls Union State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
It'll be interesting with this new format how these teams choose their pitching battles.
Right.
I mean, obviously today we've seen everyone's aces in the circle. And, I mean, the goal for these teams is to be able to ride the ace as long as you possibly can. But what does that look like if you do fall down to that loser side of the bracket? At what point do you make changes in the circle? And, you know, it's a lot of these teams have a true ace and then kind of some backup pitchers. Right. That's very common for high school softball. So at what point do those backup pitchers come in and be in the circle for these teams?
And on the other hand, if you're in the winner's bracket, do you say, okay, we played well, you know, we won this way, maybe it's not the pitching that we need, or maybe we do trust this backup pitcher instead of our ace. Since we are in the winner's bracket, we have a game that we could theoretically lose. Obviously, nobody wants to.
Right.
Everybody wants to stay on the winner's side. But I think that's an interesting point, especially for the winners, is how do they try to conserve their arms? Not that that's as much of a concern in softball as it is in baseball, but especially with the heat and just the general wear and tear on bodies, playing game after game after game, 4 days in a row.
Like I said, most high school softball teams ride with one true ace for softball. I think really the only team different than that this year would be Centennial.
Yeah.
That really has a couple of pitchers that are very, very, very strong in the circle. So it will be interesting to see how coaches approach this new format of the tournament and it adds another layer to the competition.
Quickly, Addie Thorstensen is behind in the count, 0-2. Thorstensen, Steinman, Blocker due up the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Cedar Rapids Kennedy in this top of the 7th inning. Tessa Jones has allowed just 1 hit in the last 4 frames, only 3 hits in the game today. And 1 unearned run has crossed the plate. What can Cedar Rapids Kennedy scrape together down to their last chance here? First out, Addison Liddon underneath it.
We're out number 1.
Exactly what DCG needed there. Always so important, get that first out of the inning. Keep the runners off the base paths.
It'll be Peyton Steinman. She singled to lead off the 2nd inning. One of just 3 hits for the Cougars today, and she takes a strike on the inside corner.
Great off-speed pitch.
Oh, 1. Outside. Steinman hits a ground ball to the left side. Slow roller Liddon picks it up. The throw is low. And Steinman is aboard with what they're going to rule is an error on the first baseman.
Nice play by the shortstop. And, yeah, I mean, that's a tough play to make as a first baseman. Jenna Gray just extending that stretch a little bit too early as a first baseman. You want to wait for it, make sure you're stretching in the right direction. Make sure you make that grab.
And Brielle Anderson is the pinch runner for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. First pitch misses outside to Emerson Blocker. One 0. Low and gets away from the catcher Jamison. Off to second is Anderson. Anderson to second on the wild pitch.
Tessa Jones just losing the grip on that pitch. And pitching coach Claudia Farrell going to go out and have a conversation with her pitcher. Head coach Todd Miracle going out there as well. But Coach Todd Miracle talked a lot about his coaching staff, specifically Claudia Farrell, and her ability to connect with players. And Claudia, a great pitcher in her own right for Dowling Catholic, and then Grandview, also pitching coach at Grandview as well now. She is just a coach that can really connect with players. So fully trust her here to come get Jones dialed back in and get this team to say, hey, there's 2 more outs. Do what we got to do to get these 2 outs and get out of there.
Tying run is at the plate for Kennedy, represented by Emerson Blocker. The 2-0. Blocker grounds it foul up the first base line. Two and one. Blocker, the lone run for Kennedy so far today. She'd love to drive one in here too.
And for Blocker, it was the base running, the stolen base to second, going on the errant throw over to third, able to score on the pass ball, just heads up base running. Produced the run for Cedar Rapids Kennedy in the second.
2-2. Popped foul. That'll bounce off the screen. Two balls, two strikes on blocker the pitch. Line drive on the infield. It's caught by the shortstop Liddon. And Cedar Rapids Kennedy is down to their final out.
Nice play in the infield there by Liddon. Get that second out. Big thing with that, keeps the runner at second base, so runner unable to advance.
Quinn Wagner pops it up on the infield. Liddon is there, and Dallas center Grimes uses a huge fifth inning to stay on the winner's side of the bracket. They take down Cedar Rapids Kennedy 3-1.
And a great end to the game for DCG, doing it defensively, able to string together a nice inning to put up 3 runs in the fifth. They stay on the winner's side of the bracket to face Northwest tomorrow.
Dallas center Grimes 3, Cedar Rapids Kennedy 1. Pitchers duels the theme of this half of the 4A bracket. We roll on in, the 5A bracket. We roll on in Class 5A. 4:15 start between Dowling Catholic and Ankeny Centennial here on Triton Field. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker have the call for you for those two. Allie Kappert and I back tomorrow on the Triton Field for this half of the bracket. We'll see Pleasant Valley and Cedar Rapids Kennedy at 11 a.m. Waukee Northwest and Dallas Center Grimes at 1:15. Genevieve York honored as the star of the game on the field.
And now we'd like to recognize today's quick star of the game, Genevieve York from Dallas Center Grimes.
The quick star of the game, Genevieve York, mobbed by her teammates.
Always an honor to move your team on in the bracket. Great game by DCG. I tell you what, I'm excited for our 2 games tomorrow. I think they're going to be great matches. Excited to see the pitching duel once again.
For Allie Kappert and our entire great crew here in Fort Dodge, I've been Noah Wolf. It's been a pleasure having you with us for the first half of the 5A bracket. Stick around, 4:15 start between Ankeny Centennial and Dowling Catholic.